What's going on? Welcome back. I appreciate you. So, as most people in the free world are aware of by now, the Boston Celtics, they went ahead and they got rid of Jaylen Brown. They packed him up, man. They went ahead, they disabled his key card to the facility. They got rid of him, gave him away for Paul George and a few picks, some Diet Coke and Lay's chips. So today I'm gonna try to see if Brad Stevens is really a GOAT GM, if he knows what he's talking about, if that was a good decision or not, or if Boston just got sent to purgatory. So we're gonna go ahead and start off at the end of 2026 season, starting out at the off season. We're gonna go ahead and I simmed all the way to free agency already. So we're just gonna go ahead and get right to it. We have no room to sign anybody, so I'm gonna just go ahead and off the rip, go ahead and get that trade out the way. Throw our 95 overall JB in there. Takes me straight to the Sixers. All right, let me get this old wash Paul George and all of y'all's picks, I guess. So we're gonna go ahead. I think it was 2 seconds, two firsts. They're gonna they're gonna agree to it no matter what, because I mean that's an insane trade. Who wouldn't agree to that? So we're gonna go ahead and start out next season. See what the rotation is looking like starting out. I'm gonna go ahead and throw in 2027 draft class on here as well. And I'm only gonna give myself 2 or 3 years to attempt to win a championship with this new lineup. See if these Jason Tatum Celtics can, make it happen. So starting out 2027 season, our starting lineup, they're not even going to start Paul George. They're going to have him come as the seventh off the bench behind Peyton Pritchard. So we got Sam Hauser and Baylor Shireman starting. Oof. Yeah, it's basically Jason Tatum and friends at this point. This is the modern day equivalent of LeBron's Cavaliers, if you want to ask me. But we got 0% chemistry as well. So we're gonna go ahead and simulate through this regular season, and I'll catch y'all if anything interesting happens. Coming up on the trade deadline, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna make this trade. I'm gonna flip Chris Snack Jr. and Paul George out of there, as well as this pick that we got from the 76ers. I'm gonna get rid of them for Desmond Bain and Jalen Suggs. Get a couple good, decent backups coming off the bench, and I think that's the only thing I'm gonna do for the trades this year. We're sitting at a cool 20-29 record at the trade deadline, so not too great. Hopefully we can make the play in and maybe get past the first round. Unlikely, but we'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and keep simming through the season, and I'll see y'all at the playoffs. We got a couple wins there, real quick. Got a few wins there, real quick. Hold on, maybe we just keep going. No, we good on that. If we're lucky, we might be a 50% win team, and I think that would be luck. Um, Cause yeah, the chemistry is kind of fluctuating a lot. I thought about turning it off, but I'm gonna go ahead and keep it on. So coming out of the year, Wemby's gonna win his first MVP, averaging almost 30 and 14. Cameron Boozer winning Rookie of the Year. Dame Lillard six man. Wemby DPOY as well, averaging 3 blocks. Scoot getting most improved. What he averaged last year? It came up pretty big. Dang, almost 10 points. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and see where we wind up in the playoffs this year. Do we have any All NBA? Jason Tatum making second. What you at? Went up from 26 to 32 basically. So I mean, without Jaylen Brown, that is expected to have that jump in points, or at least that's what they're banking on happening from JT. I would hope, because you get rid of JB, who's a 28 point per game producer last year. You got to hope Jalen or Jason Tatum, my bad, coming off his injury, is going to be able to, you know, get back into his rhythm and provide. So we did not have to do the play-in. We're actually the 4th seed this year, so the East is not doing great. So let's see how we do against the 5th seed Raptors. I'm gonna go ahead and send this game by game. We take game one, game two. We'll go ahead and sweep the Raptors. All right. Charlotte took a game from New York as well, so this is a real life revenge matchup for Boston. This is pretty scary. Hopefully, Jason Tatum don't get injured this time. We're gonna go ahead and just sim this game by game. We win game one and game two. They take game three. Okay, okay. Ah, we blow a 3-1 lead. Okay, no, we hold on to it. We make it to the conference finals. Okay, and see Philly, they not even in here. So, maybe podcast P in the locker room was actually a good presence for them to have. We're gonna go ahead and take on Cade and them. We're gonna take this game at a time, simulate, and yeah, down 3-1. We're gonna go ahead and get the gentleman's sweep done on us there. Wimby winning Western Conference, Cade winning Eastern, averaging almost 35. Yeah, not hard to see why we couldn't come out on top of that. So Spurs and Pistons in the 2027 finals. Let's go ahead and simulate these. Pistons win it. Cade go ahead and get him his first chip, averaging almost 33 and 10. Doing pretty good. All right, we're gonna go ahead and go into this next off season. I don't think we're gonna have any money in free agency to sign anybody decent. So I'll see who's affordable. Just kind of fill out our bench a little bit. Fred VanVleet. Yeah, like there might be a few old people that we can pick up that kind of fit the system decently that we can have come off of the bench. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna let Baylor Shireman walk. Let's see, anybody decent? Cameron Johnson, Josh Hart. I could offer. I throw Josh Hart a little contract. See what he wants. So we're gonna. Other than that, I'm gonna try to sign. I'm gonna give Yusuf Nurkic the minimum. And we'll just go ahead and see Josh Hart and Nurkic both gonna come to the team. Welcome to the team, y'all. And I think those are the only signings I'm really gonna make because I don't have a whole lot of cap room, as well as we got a lot deeper in the playoffs than I thought we would, honestly. Um, so that's kind of positive, but we're gonna go ahead and keep the rotation relatively similar coming into this season. See what we can't do with it for the second year, and then if coming into the trade deadline, I think there's anybody that needs to be moved, or I think that there's anything that we can pick up that'll make us a little better. We're gonna do that. So rotation is looking Jalen Suggs, Desmond Baines, Hugo, Jason Tatum, and Nurkic starting five. I don't dislike that. They moved Pritchard down in the rotation to give D White more minutes. I don't know. I'm actually gonna swap that. I don't like that. I want Pritchard coming six man. I think that's where he do his best. Got Josh Hart coming eighth as well. Damar, Jordan Poole's buried on my bench. I didn't even know he was here. But we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna sim through this regular season. See if we can't make anything happen. See if Philly can't make it to the playoffs this year. Because remember, they didn't even skim into the play in last year, and coming into the season, we're hitting about 50%. Not doing great, so hopefully we can kind of pick up some of that slack. I might have to make a couple trades at the deadline and try to pick up some bench slack. All right, so at the trade line, I'm gonna go ahead and do something crazy. This is crazy. I'm getting rid of both of our backup point guards for Jaren Jackson Jr., but I'm going to move Tatum to the three, and I feel like overall that might help us out. It gets our lineup a little taller, and I feel like coming into the playoffs, that'll, be a little beneficial for us. So I'm going to go ahead and knock that one out. We're sitting at 22 and 27 at the trade deadline, y'all. So, we're not doing very good. That's why I'm trying to knock a couple of these trades out, see if I can't kind of try to get some, momentum coming back to us going into the playoffs because we definitely don't want to get smoked in the first round. Ace Bailey, I I gotta do that. I'm not even looking at anything else. Add exception, I'll do that. Go ahead, give me that. I'll do that. Let's rebuild this. I like this. I like this lineup. I'm not mad at Josh Hart coming six man now. We gave up Peyton Pritchard, but Josh Hart, I feel like is still going to produce pretty solid off the bench. He definitely went down a little bit since last season, but nothing, nothing too crazy. Like point and a half, two rebounds. We can give that up. We got more big men on the floor to kind of make up for that. So I'm gonna go ahead, sim through the rest of the regular season. See if we can't pick up a little bit more momentum. I'm gonna go ahead and fill that out auto. It looks like that those two pickups were not the worst thing I could have done, but it doesn't seem like they're really helping me in the way that I was hoping that it would. We're at 50% now, over 50%. I don't even know. We're a six seed right now, so hopefully we can, keep some of that going into the playoffs. Losing a little more. We end the season right at 41 and 41. Not what I want to see. Wemby winning MVP second year in a row, 28-15, going crazy. Tyron Stokes rookie of the year. Josh Giddey, Sim 2K Josh Giddey, be going crazy. Whoever, I don't know who put him on the bench, but they messing up. Wemby DPOY again, most improved. Cameron Boozer. And then yeah, we ain't got nothing other than that. Jason Tatum on second year in a row. His points per game going down though. We did pick up a couple more scores, so that's to be expected a little bit. But coming in here facing off against Indiana, let's get rid of the play-in. Do this game by game. They take game one. We take game two, and if we get knocked out by Indiana here, y'all, that's just oh. Oh my goodness. I thought they were gonna do the comeback, man. Alright, listen, alright. Gonna simulate the rest. Cooper Flag winning Western Conference 22-6-4. Cade again winning the East. Let's see who wins. Piston versus Mavs. Cooper gonna get his first ring or Cade gonna get his second? Cade gonna go ahead and get his second and 6. So averaging 30 and 8. Let's go ahead and move into the next off season, y'all. This is gonna be my last season. I'm gonna try to get us a chip. I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna happen. I'm gonna do my best, but I think Brad Stevens might have sent us to purgatory, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can't make anything happen with some cheap pickups and free agency real quick. But other than that, I mean, yeah, all the affordables are not really great off the Malik Monk contract. Other than that, I mean, there's not. It's quiet. I'm not gonna lie. It's real quiet free agency. I'm gonna just go ahead and send to the next season. Uh, I don't even know if we picked up Malik Monk, hopefully, but I'm gonna just auto generate these rookies because after this year, it don't even matter. Don't even matter after this year. So we're gonna start the power ranking off at 5th this year. Let's see what the starting lineup's looking like coming into this season. And see, we got a good lineup, which is why I'm confused why we didn't make it a little deeper in the playoffs. I mean, I don't know. Let me check what everybody's shot tendencies are, because that, you know, that could affect it. Nope. Yeah, Ace Bailey is not taking any shots. We're gonna boost that up a little bit. Definitely want him taking some more. Other than that, I feel like Jalen Suggs should be taking more shots as well. We're gonna boost that up. Um, Other than that, yeah, y'all don't really need to be Josh Hart. You don't really need to be shooting like that for real, actually. Yeah, we're gonna keep that down. But they just need to shoot it a little bit more. But we're gonna see. Third time's the charm, I think. So hopefully, hopefully we can make something happen this year. We're still sticking right around 50% though, which I don't really like. I was hoping that we would have a little bit more wins coming into this year. Even last season, I was hoping we'd do a little better. But this is getting real hard to watch. I got a Celtics hat on the shelf in the corner. I might have to put that up somewhere. Keep it tucked away for when they actually start doing good. Cause this is not looking good for us, y'all. So I'm not even gonna make any trades. I feel like this might just be purgatory. I don't even know if we're gonna make the playoffs this year. Sitting at 12th in the conference, so I think uh I think Brad Stevens might need to go back to college coaching because splitting up the Jays might not have been the way. So we're gonna see coming into the playoffs. We're not, yeah, Wemby doing his thing again. Auto generated Alexander Martin winning, whatever. And Tatum's not even Tatum's not even on any All NBA. Was he injured this year? I don't know, cause he not even on any All NBAs. So that's very unfortunate, y'all. Zion on the Lakers. Okay. Uh, Zion, go ahead, get you a chip, man. All right. Averaging 27, 5, and 3. All right. That's cool. So Yeah, morale, everybody's morale's down, man. Nobody really wanted to see that happen. I know, Jaylen Brown said that he wasn't really happy with the way that it came down from the organization. So, everybody's morale in Boston right now and the surrounding area is kind of just a little low, I would say. But yeah, I appreciate y'all tapping in. I'm gonna try to rebuild the 76ers next, I think, and see if we can keep Jaylen Brown's career on a positive upswing. Keep him averaging almost 30. Hopefully, get him back to the conference finals. Get Philly a chip. So I appreciate y'all tuning in. Like I said, unfortunately, I think Brad Stevens went ahead and sent us to NBA purgatory. So I'll catch y'all in the next one.